Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. I'm Natalia. This is Embody the Power. Please take what resonates and leave the rest because life is dynamic and subject to change. Today's reading is going to be on grief, loss, and attachment to drama. Okay. I didn't meditate on this before because it seems to just want to come through and just take it as we are, but I did pull 3 cards. So if you give me a minute, I'm just going to tune in to see if there are any messages that want to come up before. So okay, I'm hearing that people are having to let go of that which they loved. And I'm seeing like a spectrum. It's like in many different capacity. Okay, so there could be quite a few people that are dealing with loss, grieving a person that's physically left us, passed over. Most are relationships, I'm hearing. Most are to do with relationships. Most of the reads I do are about relationships, whether they're to do with family, friends, lovers, partners, that kind of thing. So let's see. It's to do with grief, loss, attached to drama. Right, so I pulled 3 cards just before because I know that a lot of people just want to go straight into it. But they are shuffled well, so I wouldn't worry about that. The first card that's come up is the moon. Okay, so that is, I feel it's not in its negative sense, which can sometimes be sort of deception. I feel it's in trusting your intuition. Okay, so whatever this grief feeling that you're feeling, or this sort of attachment to drama, just a bit of insight. If somebody's attached to drama, it's not a bad thing. You know, many of us go through it, or we have it. And what it is if like an example is, if I say to you something's going to happen tomorrow, you'll jump 10 steps ahead and your initial feeling will be, oh my god, what's going to happen? It's going to be bad. Yeah, it's like automatically you're geared to think that something bad's going to happen, not I wonder what that could be, or oh, I love a surprise, or you know, it's that kind of energy. Okay, and quite a few, okay, this is where it's coming from. In this sense, in relation to relationships, a lot of people are having a fear of success. Yeah, a fear of doing well. And it's not because you don't want to do well. You know, when people say you've got a fear of success, like, really? I'd love to be successful in whatever way that means to you. In this sense, it's because if you've been this way for a long time, having self-doubt, not truly believing the words that you say, like, no, I can do that, but in your mind you're like, oh, but can I? It's almost like you're letting go, you're grieving and cutting your losses with an old way of being. Because, you know, if you say, oh, I can do this really well, it's like, what else has to change? You can no longer sit in that victimhood mentality. You're now sort of transitioning into an abundant and an empowered one. And this is where the moon comes in, because you're seeing things for what they are. You're trusting your intuition. You're going with that sort of creative right side brain, intuition, clairvoyance, psychic, whatever that is. Whether you're masculine or feminine, male or female, that doesn't matter. And it's come from a place where the central place I'm hearing is the 9 of Wands. You have been feeling wounded, yeah? Like a wounded warrior. It's like this whole feeling of grief, loss, being attached to a sort of drama-full existence is left you feeling like, I can't handle it anymore. Like, you've just been, you know, you're suspicious of things, of people, of what's going on. Is this true? And that's why you've allowed your intuition to come in, because your intuition is letting you see those aspects of yourself that aren't serving you, aren't doing you justice, are making you doubt yourself, second guess in a way that's not productive or constructive. And the last card is the King of Swords. Let me just... So you're being very pragmatic about it. Okay, so the King of Swords, the swords are thoughts, mind, and they just let me know that I'm going to be using quite a bit of tarot, because it's a really good means of helping people understand, come out, finding resolutions and solutions, that kind of thing. So the King of Swords, you're finding a way of coping, of dealing, of sort of shedding this skin. And it could be, as I said before, because you've had to let someone go. It could be a friendship that is not how it used to be because you've changed, yeah? You've become assertive. You've become, I know my stuff. You've become, I mean, the King of Swords is very sort of ego-based, in the sense of not a bad thing, is very sort of like when balanced in the mind. It's like a person that uses sort of analytics, is an analysis, like a lawyer or a mathematician, that kind of energy. And you're just like, okay, well, this and this cause and effect, this and this cause and effect, this and this cause and effect, this caused me to feel like this, so I'm also going to trust my intuition and know that something's got to give. So even though you've got the swords and it's quite egoic, you've got the intuition, which is quite sort of spiritually based. So it's quite a good balance. I'm getting to pull one off the top. Okay. 8 of Wands. It's saying trust. Trust the intuitive messages that are coming through for you to move out of this energy of victimhood, to move out of this energy of not being able to let go of something. And it feels like a big shedding of a skin. It feels like you're shedding your skin. It's like, what's that saying? If you knew me before, you don't know me now. And you're very self-aware. You're somebody that's... You're not the person that sits on a bus, on a crowded bus with their feet on the seats, talking really loud on the phone, eating food that smells, like good or bad, whatever, it smells, you know. It doesn't have to smell bad. You could be sitting with someone that's starving hungry. They've got to smell you eating food. And you're not that person, basically. You're aware, and you've become more aware. And the more you've become aware, and it's cool because this sort of wounded warrior energy met with this incoming, loving communication, passionate flow, drive, a new drive. You've got a new drive, which is taking you out of feeling grief, loss, and attached to drama. Okay, I'm hearing to keep it very short and sweet because I can hear that song, You Already Know. I don't know the words, so I always go, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You already know. This was just a bit of clarification for you that the steps that you're taking, and it may seem that you're being a little bit cold in your actions, but it's because you're done. You're done feeling like that. And it could be because a loved one, it could be a friend, it's any kind of relationship that is meaningful to you. Remember, if you think this can help someone that's going through grief, loss, or feeling, you know, or coming into a new person, please share the video because it will help them and it helps me too. So let's see, is there anything else? Nope, short and sweet. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening.